Today, I want to talk about how Roaring Kitty is back and how it's likely time for the short squeeze. I also want to talk about how the mainstream media and the shorts are becoming even more desperate. And finally, I also want to talk about how even the stock trading platforms are now illegally shorting shares. So stay tuned and let's make some money. Later on in the video, I want to go through the massive 112% gainer in NVAX. But now I'll dive straight in with the key information. So, Amit has summarised by saying GameStop is now up over 70% this month. Roaring Kitty, the dude that started the short squeeze back in 2021, liked this picture yesterday about the best movie you've ever seen that happens in real life. And he said also today, this movie was released about the rise of the apes. Now what's even more interesting is the film Roaring Kitty liked this picture from is actually running again this summer in theatres. As we can see, Roaring Kitty's first interaction in almost 3 years was to like this photo. Clearly Roaring Kitty thinks that what's currently happening right now is so great that it's almost make-believe. What an interesting time for Roaring Kitty to return, and I think the only thing that could add more fuel to this fire would be Roaring Kitty posting a photo of his current GameStop shareholdings. Obviously, in Roaring Kitty's final update from April 16th, 2021, he had nearly $31 million invested into GameStop. He was holding at the time 200,000 shares, so it would be very interesting to see how many shares he's still holding. Now we can also see from this tweet from Stonks Batman how much more desperate the shorts have become over the last few months. This screenshot shows the split adjusted short interest for AMC all the way back to the very start of 2021. We can see through early 2021 the shorts increased their short position pretty rapidly, but then kept it almost stable until the end of 2023. And through 2024 that short interest, or the number of shorted shares split adjusted in AMC, has absolutely skyrocketed. We've seen 9 consecutive increases in short interest from the legally reported short interest data. And the shorts are doubling, tripling and quadrupling down on their positions faster now than they were through 2021. Again, this to me shows a clear struggle or clear struggling of the shorts to keep the price of AMC contained and suppressed. And it seems the shorts are already starting to lose control of GameStop, with the stock price up 70% so far this month. And it seems that it won't be long until that 70% turns into 150%, then 300%, 500%, 1000%, and the sky's the limit. And as RZG tweeted, he said they're even making it more obvious by writing an article like this. This article from the Wall Street Journal says that a new bull market can't start until investors give up, saying for a new cycle to begin, people who bet on the market need to capitulate. And he said, so they're basically saying, investors, please, please, we beg you sell your stocks so we can cover our billions of securities sold and not yet purchased. Clearly the Wall Street Journal and the mainstream media are desperate for us investors to sell shares, and they're saying that is the only way the market can go further is if we give up and if we sell. But someone that's not giving up and someone that's not selling is Swiss Bank, who's still holding their AMC shares with an average purchase price of $110 per share split adjusted. As we can see from this screenshot, the Swiss National Bank is holding nearly 400,000 shares of AMC with an average purchase price of $110.95. The Swiss National Bank are one that are absolutely not afraid of capitulating and not afraid of selling, because they know what they hold and they believe the price of AMC will at least go up past $110 so they can be profitable. There's also many other hedge funds that are also holding shares of AMC with purchase prices even higher, like $194 per share, as held by NVWM LLC. Yes, these guys are only holding 21 shares, but again, there's many other hedge funds on the list as well that are also holding shares of AMC with very high purchase prices. Now, I also wanted to go through the massive 112% gainer on NVAX. Now you can see at 9 AM UK time, as soon as the pre-market opened, the automated news bot Nuntio bot posted about NVAX and how it had received FDA approval for a new vaccination. That then set us a pre-market high of $6.68 per share, where we waited for that pre-market high to break and rode the stock up to $14.19 per share. And you can see both Arif and Freak Deline capitalized. Freak actually bought lower on the dip and had a 160+% gain. Arif got in at $11.23 and rode it up to $14. So guys, if you want these daily 100+% gainers, be sure to join the Millionaire Mindset Trading Group using the link in the description below. And as Devin Nunes said live on TV, he said maybe, just maybe, but maybe we're going to expose something that's going to be bigger than what most of us imagine.
Now that we've begun to talk about this, we have people that are essentially whistleblowers that are coming forward. So we're getting people now that are coming out of the woodwork that are beginning to tell us things that I'm like, wow, this looks like something that I should have looked at when I was in Congress. It appears like it's been happening for a long time, but it's something that shouldn't happen in this country. I mean, you shouldn't be, if you're on this reg show list, if there's an irregularity, you can understand if something gets a little out of whack for 1 or 2 or 3 days, but then if the system works properly, everything should be cleaned out quickly. But I think the problem is bigger, and maybe they got so greedy at targeting us that maybe, just maybe, we don't know, but maybe we're going to expose something that's going to be bigger than what most of us imagined. And I think there's probably been a lot of companies over the last decade or so or more that have been hurt by these same tactics. And so, you know, look, I'm hopeful that we're going to continue to work with our allies in Congress. We'll build the case. We'll inform the appropriate authorities. As you know, we've already talked to the NASDAQ. Seems to me like the RICO statute applies here. And that leads me to, you know, the other, you know, we're obviously going down the congressional route right now. But don't forget, there are a lot of state attorney generals that should have an interest in this. If, you know, how much damage has been done to capital formation of other smaller companies that have been hit by this naked short selling or counterfeit shares. My guess is it's going to be a large number. And look, we just might be the poster child. And if this happened to us, we're going to break it out into the open. We're going to make sure that people know about it, and we're going to continue to expose it. So working with Congress, working with other governmental authorities, and also going to work with the state attorney generals.
Now, again, I think one of the most interesting things he spoke about there was right at the beginning when he said there's been a number of whistleblowers that have come forward and that have come out of the woodwork. So it'll be very interesting to see what is publicised more going further or brought to public attention going further from these whistleblowers. Whether it's kept behind closed doors for the immediate future, for Congress and the relevant authorities to deal with, or whether it's posted into the public eye. But clearly, Devin Nunes is somebody that is not backing away from these hedge funds and from these market makers, and he's someone that is pursuing naked shorting. And finally, Dave Lauer has also spoken about how FINRA has just hit M1 Finance for affecting more than 12 million short sales without locating securities available for borrowing, and by inaccurately marking those orders as long. Now, M1 Finance is a trading platform similar to Webull or Robinhood that was actually promoted by many different YouTubers. And again, it seems even these stock trading apps and stock trading platforms are actually affecting and facilitating the naked short selling. They're allowing customers to short without locating securities and inaccurately marking those transactions as long orders. The exact same thing these hedge funds are doing and have been doing over the last few years to create millions, if not billions, of synthetic shares. So guys, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always guys, be sure to ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.